Hi folks, I'm just looking at some more weapon techniques here, weapon modelling techniques. I've started to fashion the blade of an axe. I'm going for like an old kind of Nordic, like really battered, gnarly kind of like Bronze Age axe. So it's like made out of like flint and it's all kind of cracked and beaten up. And I've got the basics of a blade here. So obviously this is the sharper end of it. This is going to be the hilt where the wood is attached to it. Now to get to this process, what I've done is start off with a cylinder. Actually, I find that if you're getting these kind of blade shapes, cylinders are a good way to go. And if you just flip this, so just rotate it, and what I would say, just manually rotate it, then you can figure out which axis you're rotating. Hit 90, and then add some subdivision caps to it as well. And then if you just get rid of the other faces that you don't need, so just select all these, delete, so you've just got one flat side of it. And then you can be removing faces that you don't want. A nifty trick for this is using your Symmetry tool. So if you pick the right symmetry, there you go, X will do, and you can just delete the faces that you don't want, so you can eat into bits that you don't need, and get a kind of basic starting point. And then if you actually use the edge tool, I'm just going to take off Symmetry for now. Select these, and if I wanted to extrude these out and create my hilt of the, I think it's called hilt of the axe, then you can do extrude. And if you ever have a go at extrude and it pulls it out a way that you don't want, you want it to come out a different way, click on this little icon here. There's a little icon always floating about somewhere, and if you click on that, it will actually extrude it in a uniform way. So you can see you can pull it out this way now. So if you pull it out that way, bring up the divisions, and then all I've done is started to move those and meld them into the shape that I want. Using edge mode, double click, you can then like start to rotate bring those out, maybe move them up a little bit, push them back to kind of start to create the blade. Same for this bit, do the same thing. And the other thing you can do is extrude again, but this time if you come around and do all these ones, and instead of extruding them out, you extrude them back. Again, if you click on this, you can extrude them back down that way. Okay. And let's just say we extrude these as well. And you can start to see how I've got to this point. What I've done is start to then go back in on vertex mode, use the Symmetry selection again on world, and sorry, on object Z, I think it was. No, I think it was Y. Yeah. And started to just position these, you know, where I want them. Ooh. So roughly getting them where you want. and then we need to do a bit of target welding to connect these vertices. There you go. Now you can also do that with edges. So if you pick this and drag it over here, you can see it's going to connect that bit for me. And all I'm doing is really getting it roughly to where I want. Have a bit more of a play, get it to where you want, and then I can mirror the geometry. So that's just okay. Let me move back to this one, and you can see what I've actually done is move this up to one of the axes in Maya, so when I mirror it, the mirror will be close. If I mirrored this one, it's going to appear over here. So let me just show you what I mean. If I mirror this, okay, so instantly it's over there, so it's the wrong side. If I pick Z, you can see there's a gap in between it. So that's why I've moved this a little bit closer. And I'm going to mirror this now. Same one as Z. There we go. And because I've got merged borders on, it's glued it together for me. Okay, cool. So I've got a nice blade there, starting to come together. Again, I can be using the Symmetry tools to get this where I want. But in the next video, what I'll start to do is add in more detail, add in some beveling, and then look at some sculpting techniques to really take this to that kind of really worn out stone-like rough textured object that I'm after. Okay guys.